another kind of pleats gown today. Please check description box for knife pleats and box pleat gown videos. Today we will make small pleats long gown. Cotton fabric would be the best for this kind. I am taking Madurai Sungudi cotton saree. It has beautiful Kalankari design borders. I have taken 4.5 meters of cotton lining. For the top part, take a piece of lining and put it on 4 folds such that width is 4th part of the chest plus 3 inches margin. Length is top length plus 1.5 inches margin, which means 13.5 inches plus 1.5 inch. Put lining on 4 folds. This is open side. Start marking from closed side. Draw a line at 1/2 inch to make top edge even. Mark shoulder at 5.5 inches. Draw armhole line same as shoulder, mark down at 5.5 inches. Draw a line down as shown in the video. Mark chest at 4th part of chest and 2 inches margin, which means chest equal to 34 inches divided by 8 equals 8.5 inches plus 2 inches margin, which makes 10.5 inch. Draw a line as shown in the video. Mark top length, which is 13.5 inches plus 1 inch margin. Mark waist, which is 4th part of waist plus 1 inch darts plus 2 inches margin. Here 28 inches divided by 4 equal to 7 inches plus 1 inches for darts plus 2 inches margin. Draw a line as shown in the video. Join chest and waist points as shown. Now mark at 1 inch up on outer line as shown in the video. Join this point to the waistline as shown. This gives nice shape to the body and also avoids unevenness on the bottom. Now let's draw armhole curves. Mark at center point on armhole line. Now join these 2 points in a curve as shown in the video. Back armhole is ready. For front armhole, mark 1/2 inch inside from center point on armhole line. Front and back armholes are ready. Now mark neck width at 3 inches. Now let's mark shoulder slope. Mark at 1/2 inch down on armhole line and join with neck width point. Cut along the markings Do not cut front armhole depth yet. Now separate front and back bodies. Cut front armhole depth on front bodies. Let's mark for darts now. Mark at 4 inches from the center as shown in the video. From this point, mark at 4 inches upwards. Line as shown in the video. Mark at ½ inch on either side of this line. Now join these 2 points to the top point in a triangle. Now mark for dot similarly on the other side. All 4 dots marked on front and back bodies. Now let's mark for front neck depth, which is 5 inches. Now mark at 3 inches and make a box as shown in the video. Draw front neck curve as shown and cut along the markings. Front body is ready. Now let's mark back neck. Mark back neck depth at 9 inches as shown in the video. Mark at 3 inches and make a box as shown in the video. Now draw back neck curve. Cut along the markings. Front and back body is ready. Let's mark and cut sleeves now. Put lining on 4 folds. Draw a line to make edges even. Make sure the fabric width on 4 folds is armhole line plus 3 inches. Here armhole line is 5.5 inches plus 3 inches margin, which is equal to 8.5 inches. Mark sleeve length at 10 inches. I am using sari border for sleeves, which is 10 inches. From this point, mark at arm line plus 3 inches. Here armhole line is 5.5 inches plus 3 inches margin, which is equal to 8.5 inches. Mark at 3 inches down from this point. From this point, mark it 1.5 inches inside and draw a line. Draw straight till 1 inch at the top near sleeve length point. Join these 2 points in a curve as shown in the video. Mark sleeve round at the bottom, 5 inches plus 2 inches margin. Join the 2 points as now cut along the markings. Make a notch with scissors at center and margin. Open the sleeves and mark for front armhole depth as shown in the video. Now cut the front armhole depth. Front armhole depth. Sleeves front and back bodice lining completed. Now let's cut these on main fabric. Here I am using borders for sleeves, plain for bodies. Pin up and cut. Then keep aside. Now let's cut skirt part. I'll start with border first. Cut top border of the saree. From bottom border of the saree, I'll just cut the pattu part of the border, attach it to the end of the top border so that we get a big continuous border of kalamkari design, followed by pattu border as shown in the video. Your saree border may be different, so you can cut and join as you like. As you can see, we now have a continuous big kalamkari border followed by pattu border. Now that the border is ready, let's mark and cut the skirt length. Total dress length is 49 inches. Skirt length would be total dress length minus top body's length. Here skirt length is 49 inches minus 13.5 inches, which is equal to 35.5 inches plus 1 inch margin, which would be 36.5 inches in total. Fold the remaining saree, mark at 36.5 inches as shown. Cut along the line marking. Skirt part cutting is complete. Keep it aside. Body, skirt and sleeves cutting completed. Let's start stitching. Let's start with front bodice. Place lining on right side of the main fabric, pin up and stitch along the neckline. Now after stitching, trim the extra fabric and make small cuts along the neckline. Now turn lining over to the wrong side and make a top stitch along neckline. Neckline is done. Now turn over and stitch all around, joining lining to main fabric and trim extra fabric. Now let's stitch darts. Pinch and hold the cloth on darts as shown in the video. Then double stitch on the slant line. Dart stitching is finished. Front body stitching is done. Similarly stitch back bodies. Also draw margin lines on both front and back bodies. This will be helpful during body fitting. Now let's join shoulders. Place both bodies together, right sides inside. Right sides inside. Stitch along the shoulder. Make sure to double stitch. Now let's get sleeves ready. Place lining on right side of the main fabric. Stitch along the bottom of the sleeve as shown in the video. Now turn lining over to the other side. And make a top stitch along the sleeve bottom as shown in the video. Next, turn sleeves to the wrong side and stitch all around. Then cut extra fabric. Sleeves are ready. Let's attach sleeves to the bodies. Make sure sleeve front armhole depth is towards front bodies. Make sure right sides are inside and front armhole depth is towards the front bodies. Pin up and attach the sleeve as shown in the video. Start stitching from sleeve center. Both sleeves are attached to the bodies. Let's do body fitting now. We already have fitting lines, so it's easy. Turn bodice to the wrong side and place as shown. Measure and mark sleeve bottom round, then join it with fitting lines. Stitch along the markings. Body fitting is done. As you can see, top body is ready with neat finish. Measure waist length. Here it is 29 inches. So now we have to make pleats on skirt part. So it's 29 inches. Make small pleats on skirt fabric to match top waist round length. As you can see, I am using a screwdriver to make small pleats. Pleats are ready, nice and small. Now add or remove pleats as necessary to match top part waist length. You can attach lining skirt with big pleats here and there. Place lining on wrong side of the main fabric. Make big pleats and stitch. Join skirt ends as shown in the video. For about 2 inches, stitch all 4 together, main fabric and lining. Then stitch lining and main fabric separately as shown. Make sure to double stitch. Now attach top part to bottom part. Place skirt on wrong side. Insert top part into the skirt sleeves down. Match skirt and top waist rounds. Pin up and double stitch in circle. Small pleats long gown is now ready with neat finish. As you can see, the small pleats gown give beautiful look on cotton material. If you like the gown design, please like and consider subscribing. Thank you.